Welcome back to Rob's Feed. I am Rob, and you're watching episode number 22. It is the dead of winter, but yet I can find, if I do a stretch, I can find something optimistic about the calendar. I am talking to you on the 8th, look at my hair, on the 8th of February. Assuming it's not leap year, and I don't know, there are it's not. There are 20 more days in February. Spring begins the 21st of March. There are 20 days in March. That comes to 40 days. If you calculate, you can do this in your head. I did. There are 365 days in a year. That means each of the 4 seasons gets 91 and a quarter days. 40 is less than half of 91 and a quarter. So we are more than halfway through winter. But just because we're more than halfway through winter doesn't mean that there's not ample time for Old Man Winter to pull a lot of shit on us. And I have people on both the East Coast and the West Coast have had a lot of shit this year. We in the center, we've been pretty lucky. A relatively mild winter. Well, it's supposed to change, though, according to what the forecasts are telling me. Between now, this is Monday, and Thursday, we could very easily have a foot of snow fall on us right here in the Midwest. And I was telling you that I was going to be taking this computer in for service. Now, granted, I am using any rationalization I can to put it off or not do it at all. I do see this time this rationalization is as follows. This computer is used all the time. If I'm not talking to you, I'm watching others like me or even TV. Everything I do when I'm home, kind of centered, focused on this computer. I expect that if there's a foot does fall on us, a foot of snow fall on us, I will probably be home a lot. Everybody has their own definition of what hell would be. I think that would be mine. So what I've done, again, I'm rationalizing here, folks, really big time. I've rescheduled for an evening appointment, which makes it easier to take it down there on public transportation because the buses and trains won't be packed like they all are during the day. And if I have to put this in a big, giant suitcase, imagine the biggest suitcase or duffel bag that you can think of, that's what I'm going to have to do to protect this. I couldn't do it if the bus was packed, not comfortably. And again, I don't want to be without the damn thing. And I also have a little bit of money saved up, though I can possibly afford a new one, which I should have anyway to do these more efficiently. So, well, at least we're putting it off for now. Again, it's my 4th appointment that I've canceled and rescheduled. Sarah Silverman visited the ladies of The View. I believe it was Friday. Let's hear what she had to say about marriage.
I cannot imagine wanting to get married right now at this time in America. And I can't get my head around anyone. And you guys were talking about it earlier. If you're for equal rights, why would you get married right now? Why would you want to be in a club? It's like joining a country club that doesn't allow blacks or Jews. There's no difference.
So you're
why
saying
would I want to join that club?
It's equality for
gross.
all. You wouldn't want to get married. You don't even want to think about that.
So until equal marriage, no marriage. Is absolutely not.
Thank you, Sarah. Yesterday was the Super Bowl. Congratulations, New Orleans. You've come back, at least this way. It was a great party in New Orleans as their saints, their beloved saints, for the first time ever, won the trophy, the great Lombardi Trophy that's presented to the winner of the Super Bowl. But if you're like me, well, I had a sympathy for New Orleans, considering all that the city and the people there have been through, and I did want the Saints to win. But generally, I watch mostly for the commercials, as did everybody else. And yesterday's broadcast, by the way, was the most watched television program in all the history of television. Prior to that, the last episode of the series MASH, back in the 70s or early 80s or something like that, was the most watched show ever. Not any longer. This Super Bowl is. I think the story of the New Orleans Saints has a lot to do with that. What was your favorite commercials? I had two favorites, and I invite you to go to YouTube or Hulu.com, where you can view these yourself if you haven't already seen them. My favorite were Betty White getting tackled, playing football in the Snickers commercial, with a cameo appearance by Abe Vigoda. And then the other one was the promo for the Letterman show, Late Night with David Letterman, which featured David Letterman sitting on the couch, grousing about the worst Super Bowl party ever. Camera pans back, and there's Oprah Winfrey telling him to be good, be nice. Then pans back further, and there's Jay Leno sitting there. And he's just saying that because I'm here. It's hilarious. And it's like, it does go to show that even though they are arch enemies on the air, were opposite time slots, they really aren't arch enemies. I think they're friends. And that's going to wrap it up for Rob's Feed today. Let me know what you think. Give a call to my hotline. It's area code 206-339-1690. 206-339-1690. Write to me at robsfeed@gmail.com. robsfeed@gmail.com. And of course, you can always follow me on Twitter. This @ Robsfeed. I'm Rob Shendo. I'll talk to you again real soon.